Hello, fellow Reboot players. You're here to just check out the sheet and how to maybe do some extra stuff you don't know really how to do on it. I will show it in the sheet. I will be filling it in as well in this video. If you want to skip, just go to the comment section. There will be different timestamps there for each segment of the sheet and where you can find what. First things first, what is the sheet based on? You will be able to find this in values. In values, I will have put down what I find is each rank of the stage, where I put cubes and starfish, what I found and what other people also agreed on would be that particular stage. And then flaming, I have put a value on, as you can see in the top. Because xenons have different cubes, different flames, they also have their own separate page so that they can check their own values. Secondly, as you can see, we have four different trackers at the bottom. The stat hat, the cooldown hat, this is dependent on what your class uses, and then the one for Demon Adventure and Xenon, because they have quite specific needs for their class that are different. Now, let's start with, I will be filling in the sheet now. So what I will do is I will do it like everyone. I will go to File, make a copy, give it a name. So I'm just gonna give it my character name in the front instead of copy 2. That's how I would do this. And we will start from a clean slate. There we go. Out of ease, I will just remove the things I don't need. Uh, I am a stat hat user, so I will just quickly remove the ones I don't need so I don't have any confusion when I go back to it. Perfect. Okay, so first of all, what I like to do is I would fill out my own gear. So let's start with that. I've actually prepared this. Voila. Oh, kind of broke the line. That's okay. There we go. I'll explain later the bottom row here. Let's quickly also just get this fully nice and clean. There. Now it looks almost correct. Need to add one more line here. Right. So, there you go. There you have your gear. Again, I also prepared the levels of my gear. There we go. Make sure you fill those in correctly because the sheet is based off this completely. These, this. All this has flame advantage. So now, what is a flame advantage? Flame advantage is gear that is dropped by bosses. There are a few exceptions, like Gullet's gear. Gullet's does not have advantage. Make sure to not checkmark those items, because they will make the evaluation go different. Now, let's start and fill in all our scores. So I'm going to start with the flame scores. You can use this little helper to decide what you should be using for your flames. Once you do that on your gear, then you should have a score getting back to you. So I have them prepared, so I'm quickly just filling them in. What I have on my gear. mistake already. Multiple. 52, 118, 151, 57, 115, 118. The reason why I'm not copy pasting this is it could ruin the coloring, so we don't want that. 152. Just quickly go here. As you can see, the level 200 weapon will go black because a Genesis weapon or any arcane you have should not go above 22. Doing an arcane above 22 is not really valuable in my opinion. That's why they will also look up as black there as finished. 30, 30, the single prime. There we go. I filled everything in. Obviously I had it prepared, so that's why it went a bit quicker. For you guys it might take a bit of time to look at every piece of gear. Once it's filled in, then you can get a perspective of the coloring and see where in the game am I right now. As you can see with me, my star fushing is at a really good point because it's practically perfect. My cubing is at the end game, except a few items, which are items that either will get a replacement, so I don't want to invest into them, so I will leave them at these colorings. The flaming has the same kind of rules. There are a few items I'm looking to replace in the future, so I don't want to invest heavily into them. I would rather invest into something else, getting it from endgame to practically perfect in cubing, than investing into flaming them higher. This is something you will have to decide, but in this quick visual we can really quickly decide what is where, in my opinion. Now, let's say, like you can see at the bottom here, I prepared Dawn and Dreamy. Let's say you want to add more gear. You're preparing a new item, you don't have it on your equipment yet. Well, very easily, just copy and paste the same lines from the item kind you're copying. So I'm gonna quickly steal this, put it there, and then just add what my Dreamy. Wait, that was my Dawn pendant is. So it's a 52, has 50. Right now it's pretty bad because I'm still preparing it. Let's also take a belt. There we go. It does have flame advantage. It has a 187, a 30, and 22. That is correct. So that's how you just can keep adding and adding and adding. It will ruin the bordering slightly, but you can add them yourself. Now, if I find another something I'm gonna do, let's say I find, oh, I got my eye patch. Suddenly I can add eye patch. Just keep going. It's 160. It has flame advantage, and you keep filling it in further and further and further. So as long as you copy the whole line, it will just keep all the coloring and everything that's in the background on it without any issue. If you do find any issues with the sheet, you can just let me know in the YouTube video, put it in the comments, and I will edit it. You will also see there is a version tab where I will document if I made changes. So if you're ever thinking, oh, I have something wrong, quickly go take a check if this number is the newest one or not. Otherwise, maybe look to update the sheet first before you do it. And I think that's kind of it. Except I would say one more thing. The ranking you want to do is always Star Force first, then cubing, then flaming. If you're trying to push yourself up in coloring. But that's kind of it. I hope you enjoy the sheet and good luck with yourselves. Happy gaining.